Absolutely. Sure. Absolutely.
Because I think most
So
of
you
us are
see
going
it?
to try to air it live.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Sergeant John Pagan, DAWN.
Which, oh, can you say it again?
Yep, Sergeant John Pagan is going to be speaking. It's going to be DAWN, PAGAN.
That's better, right?
PAGAN.
Yes.
Do you want to put the mics up
And then we have
here, or do you think this is? Do you think that's close
the
enough?
chief.
I mean, we can do it here, or do you want it behind him?
I mean, behind it would be the best, right? To get as close as possible.
I got it.
That might be the same thing. So maybe that doesn't make sense.
I-N, sorry, S-P-A. S-P-A.
Well, we can put it in front.
I-N-S-K-E.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, we can put it in front. I'm just worried that it's like they're not going to be close enough to it.
I think that works.
Yeah, I think that
Yes,
works.
Coventry. Front.
This is really. Can you push this out a little, or is that, does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I'll knock that out. You let us know when you're ready. Are you guys ready? No? Whenever you guys are ready.
That's okay.
Take your time. We're not, we're good.
Let me see, they're in traffic right now. Are you guys airing this live for your phone?
Yes, we are. We're ready. Sergeant, we're ready.
Current update, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So are you guys ready to go?
Go ahead. Identify yourself, Sarge.
Are you all set? Are you all set?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
My name is Sergeant Dawn Pagan with the State Police Media Relations Unit, spelling D-A-W-N, P-A-G-A-N.
Acting Chief Jeff Spaginski, S-P-A-D-J-I-N-S-K-E, Coventry Police.
Trooper First Class Pedro Muniz, P-E-D-R-O-M-U-N-I-Z.
Okay, thank you for meeting us this afternoon. We're providing an update on a situation that we're handling in the town of Coventry. At approximately 7:15 this morning, troopers responded to 1726 South Street in the town of Coventry in an attempt to make service on outstanding warrants for an adult male. Upon making contact with the residence, the individual retreated into the home and made mention of a firearm to the troopers that were at the scene. This individual would not cooperate with troopers at the scene or the other officers that were at the scene. Therefore, our emergency services unit tactical team was notified and have responded and are still currently at the scene. At this time, we have an open dialogue with this individual. This is a contained and isolated incident. We've taken precautionary steps that we've already informed you of that are still in place. We have a shelter in place for area residents. We ask that they avoid the area. We do have some road closures, which are South Street at Cross and South Street at Daly. We also safely evacuated surrounding neighbors of the residents and set up a warm shelter in place. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the chief, who has some updates regarding schools being let out and any other community activities.
Thank you. Just quickly, when this incident unfolded, we immediately contacted the school system to advise them of the situation and made them aware that some of the roads were going to be closed for access purposes. At this point, as the sergeant said, those roads are still closed. I believe all the schools have let out at this point, so they've made all their arrangements to get the buses out and get those children home. At this point, we're just asking for our citizens to be patient. We're trying to bring this to a peaceful resolution, so we appreciate their cooperation. And one final note is that I would like to ask that people not post videos and photographs of officers in tactical positions on social media. We don't want to put anyone at an unnecessary risk. So again, we just want to bring this to a peaceful conclusion.
Chief, does the person who is barricaded, does he have a criminal record?
The information, yes, he does, the information that we have.
What was the outstanding warrant for?
Do you want to respond to those?
Sure. He does have multiple warrants, the individual that's in question, two of which are felony warrants, but at this time, we're going to focus on getting our messaging out to the community. We want to urge residents to take the precautions that we're suggesting, stay at home, stay warm, keep your families inside, make any necessary arrangements that you need to make to have your children picked up from the schools. We are working on that. There was a soft lockdown in place today, but again, we just want everyone to get home safely. We're hoping for a peaceful conclusion to this incident, which we're still waiting on. And hopefully we do have state police psychologists also working with the individual in their open dialogue. So again, as the chief referenced and as I've referenced, we're hoping for a peaceful conclusion.
Can you tell us more about the interactions that officers and troopers had when they first got to the scene with this individual?
The information that was relayed to me is that they notified this individual and told him that their purpose, why they were there. He was aware that he had outstanding warrants, and this is something that they relayed to him. As far as what his emotions were or anything like that, I can't make any reference to that. I could just tell you that he retreated into the home, and while he was doing that, he made reference to the police that he did have a firearm.
So he made reference, were any of the firearms witnessed by the state police? Did you see any of the weapons?
That's still under investigation.
Did he explain at all why he did not want to cooperate?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did he threaten them in any way?
That still remains under investigation.
Sergeant Pagano, is this the only scene, or is there any other scene in this community?
This is the only scene. This is an isolated incident, and it is contained to this one residence.
Was the suspect's vehicle picked up in any other location in town?
Not that I'm aware of. As far as we know, all of the vehicles, anything related to the scene is contained to this one residence.
Has the vehicle been looked through for any weapons?
That remains under investigation. As far as I know, our tactical unit and the troopers that are out at the scene and the other officers, right now it's state police, Coventry Police Department, and DEP are all assisting in perimeters. And we're just focusing right now on bringing this to a peaceful resolution.
And is there anyone else inside the area at this time?
No, this is a lone occupant. This is a single person that's inside the residence. And again, we're maintaining that open dialogue with him to hopefully have him come out and bring this to a peaceful conclusion. That's what we all want.
Do you know the number of people that were evacuated? Do you know how many?
I don't have that number at this time. I can work on trying to get that for you.
Sergeant, this is not the suspect's home. Is it a home of someone that he's familiar with?
That I'm not sure of, but I can get that information for you.
Is it where he lives? Is he renting his home?
I just know that he's at a residence. The information that we had is that he does reside there. I believe he's a tenant, but I don't want to just confirm that at this time, but we can follow up with you on that.
Were there any kids who lived in the evacuated area so that the school weren't able to go home?
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Sorry, were there any kids that lived in one of the evacuated homes that maybe after school weren't able to go home? And if so, were they Where did they go?
I think the chief can speak to that arrangements were made.
Yeah, I don't have any specific information. Potentially, I mean, there's a small neighborhood in that area that has, been sectioned off to traffic, so potentially there were, but like I said, the school handled that, and they made arrangements for all the children, so.
Is he a father?
That I don't have that information.
Is the suspect a person that is known in this town as having a history of any criminal behavior?
Yeah, there's nothing that I can speak to as far as his criminal history at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're not releasing any age or anything like that?
Nope, not at this time. We are going to provide an update later on. Again, I can't emphasize enough that we're hoping to bring this to a peaceful conclusion. We thank everybody for your patience. Thank you guys for your patience. I know you've been waiting to speak to us quite some time today. So we do appreciate that, and we will provide an update when it becomes available.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard that after I asked. You're looking at it like